What is up, you guys? I'm Charmx. Today I'm going to be reacting to Game Theory, Can Sonic Survive His Own Speed? Sonic the Hedgehog by the Game Theorist. Now, that's a real good question I've never really thought of. But then again, we don't really know how fast Sonic goes. But I know he does go fast, right? Because he's always saying, gotta go fast, stuff, da da da. But yeah, no, he does go fast. But I don't think he goes like supersonic speeds or something, right? Unless, I mean, it is Sonic, so maybe he does go Sonic speeds. But if he does go supersonic speeds, it'd probably rip his body apart or something. I don't know, but it's a really interesting question. Anyway, with that being said, the original link's in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the Game Theorist. And without any further ado, let's begin.
The first time I did a Sonic episode on Game Theory was 5 years ago, which makes me stop and wonder, what else was going on 5 years ago? Flashback, 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 flashback.
That was that long ago, the Harlem Shake was? Really? And this, the Wrecking Ball song? Man, time flies by so fast. Oh, that's sad, that's sad. I remember when all these things were like, you know, relevant. And that song, and...
Oh boy, maybe we shouldn't be...
I don't think that was the Doge meme that popular back 5 years ago. I think it was actually, you know, popular even before 5 years ago. I think the Doge meme was really popular in like 2011-ish, 2012, which that would have been 6 years ago.
Revisiting this era of internet history.
Bop bop ba da bop. Ba 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 ba.
Hello and welcome to Game Theory, where between all the Nintendo
Might have a little bit more energy than normal today.
FNAF, Doki Doki, Fortnite, and loot boxes, I thought we needed a dose of our favorite blue hedgehog. Now, a few months ago, I got a special request for a theory about the physics of Sonic the Hedgehog's running ability from Dominic, an awesome member of the theorist community who I met through the Make-A-Wish Foundation and who you may remember as the voice of the internet from the Mario How Deadly is the Bob
I remember
episode.
that one.
Anything you want to say here, Dominic?
Make sure to subscribe to the Game Theorist, and mainly for Austin, he's my favorite.
Last time I did a video on the physics of Sonic, this channel had less than 50,000 subscribers.
That was the last time you made a video for Sonic? Really? Wow, how long ago was that? You have 10 million subscribers now. 10 million! That's like unfathomable, almost.
And now last month, we just crossed 10 million, which means that by the time we do another Sonic physics theory, it's gonna be around 20 million. Hopefully. Maybe. Assuming YouTube doesn't implode on itself, gaming channels don't get demonetized to death, I don't do anything horrendous to offend everyone, and the video game industry resists the urge to make every single game a battle royale style game with absolutely zero plot. So basically, never gonna happen, but you know...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that. You know, the way things are going, you might get a few more years before everything completely goes kapooey.
You know what? That's probably for the best, because just think of all the disturbing Sonic fan art 20 million theorists could generate. Flash forward, flash forward, flash forward, flash forward, flash forward, flash forward, flash forward.
Oh no, the pregnant ones!
Which, let the record show, did not happen in my recording closet. We went out for pizza, thank you very much. His parents were there. I am not as creepy as I seem. He asked me to...
Look what they did to him. Look what you did. Look at his eye. I paused it on like on a bad moment. Let me see if I can go. There we go. Look at it.
I am not as creepy as I seem. He asked...
And his eyes get bigger and... Oh, I love that effect.
me the following. If Sonic runs so fast, what would happen to his legs? Wouldn't they wear out and get hurt? Which, honestly, is a completely legitimate question and complete...
Okay, I wasn't even thinking that in the beginning. I was thinking that, you know, he'd run and then he would go so fast to the point where his body would just start ripping apart. Like, because I think that would also happen if you just kept going faster, 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 right? It's like the air molecules and whatnot. There's gonna be such resistance that's just gonna start shredding you. That's what I was thinking. But I didn't even think of the leg part.
Completely deserves an answer. I mean, it just stands to reason that it can't be good for anyone, much less a rodent that's basically a mango with legs to run that much and that fast. So today we're putting this adorable little hedgehog's feet to the test to see if Sonic would survive his own primary game mechanic, or whether his arthritis by the end of the first level should be sending him to Rehabilitationopolis Zone. To figure out whether Sonic is actually going faster, whether he's dead on his feet, we have to know something about the actual mechanics of running. Running is something that a lot of us are lucky enough enough to take for granted, but it also seems like common knowledge that running puts a lot of stress on your body. I mean, we've all heard the warnings, right? Too much running is bad for you because of all the pounding of your joints on the pavement, especially the force delivered on your knees. Knees are what are called...
Now, is that the same not on the pavement? Like in nature, when you're running on the ground or on grass or whatever, is it the same kind of effect? Because I know with pavement, it's bad because of, you know, it's friggin' pavement. But I don't know, is the ground like that different? Would the ground absorb more of the shock instead of you?
Hinge joints, made up of just 3 bones and a relatively thin layer of protective padding called cartilage. When running, every single step puts an immense amount of force on that one joint. To make matters worse, cartilage is one of the few types of tissue that doesn't regenerate in the body. And after so much abuse, it doesn't seem unreasonable to assume that by the time Sonic's a few levels in, he's gonna get hit with rigid stiffness in his knees, bones grinding against one another because he's worn out the cartilage, throbbing.
That's actually, this is a total side note, this is actually happening to my grandmother right now. Or, I don't know, she just had surgery in her knee to get, like, to fix this problem, where the bones are just, like, together, right? And I guess they go in surgery, and they kind of put, like, a piece of rubber or plastic or, I don't know, and they put it inside here, so that way she can move them. But, yeah. Oh, that would be horrible. And I know a lot of people have that problem.
Agonizing pain and an extreme loss of mobility. In other words, Sonic would be demonstrating all the hallmarks of osteoarthritis. But in order to know for sure, we have to dig deeper. Just how long is it going to take for Sonic's knees to give out? 1 game? 2 games? 1 level? I mean, he is running super fast and taking a lot of steps in that first act of Green Hill Zone.
Parkour.
So let's get to it fast. As I said before, the knee is made up of 3 bones. Those bones are the femur, better known as the thigh bone, the patella or kneecap, and the tibia, aka the shin. Between all of those bones, you have 2 types of cartilage. Hyaline cartilage, which covers all the areas in which the bones articulate, and fibrocartilage, that acts as padding around the balls at the end of the bones. Articular cartilage and fibrocartilage are found in the knees of pretty much everything that has knee joints, and yes, that includes hedgehogs. But honestly, for the purposes of this episode, I had to...
Hedgehogs are so adorable. They're so adorable. I love it. And, Matt, if you ever, for whatever reason, see this reaction, my question regarding this would be, what I'm thinking is, how fast does he go? Because if he is going supersonic, as his name suggests, wouldn't that rip, like, the air resistance, wouldn't that start ripping your skin off and stuff? Like, that's what I'm thinking. Because it's not like he's made out of metal or whatever, where it can stand it. I don't know. I think they probably would have some devastating effects on you if you were exposed to that kind of speed, you know, just from the air resistance.
Stop treating Sonic like a hedgehog and treat him more like a human. And that's for good reason. Hedgehogs don't actually have the physical capacity to hold themselves up the way that Sonic can. Their muscles just don't support it. Their bones aren't structured for standing upright on 2 legs. So in order to get any kind of real-world calculations here, we need to assume that Sonic's joints can function just like a normal person's would. So let's see what kind of force Sonic is producing. In other words, Sonic Forces. You get it? Because that was a game that came out called Sonic Forces. You know what? Sir Isaac Newton would have appreciated it, alright? In a study run by Southern...
Did he like good puns?
Methodist University's Locomotor Performance Lab, they calculated the force of running to be 2.32 times body weight when running at 5 meters per second, and 4.64 times body weight when running at 10 meters per second. At the SMU lab, they use this kind of data to demonstrate that running force increases linearly with speed, making it really easy for us to calculate the force of running at higher speeds like the ones that Sonic is going to be running at. We'll just need Sonic's official weight and his speeds of... oh, God.
Okay. Supersonic? That's how fast he goes? Supersonic velocity? Alright, now my question really stands. Would he not start, like, shredding from the air resistance or whatever at that speed? Like, that would have a much more devastating effect than the cartilage in your knees. He's also 15 years old. I mean, by now he should be like 40 or something, because Sonic, that was invented back in the 80s or 90s, wasn't it?
We need to calculate Sonic's speed. Now, if you've watched this channel over the last 5 or 6 years, then you know Sonic's speed has been a bit of a sensitive subject for viewers of this show, but I'm gonna try to get a reasonable number of calculations, so hopefully even Blue Hedgehog for life and I greater than 3 Sonic 69 in the comments will be satisfied this time. We have some canon information that we can absolutely start with. Specifically, according to Sega of Japan's Sonic profile, that Sonic weighs in at 35 kilograms, which honestly is pretty heavy for a hedgehog, but only about half
Aww.
the weight of your typical human. I also know, based on your very vehement comments from that Sonic is Slow episode, that Sonic actually has 2 officially canon heights, which are 3 foot 3 inches tall for modern Sonic and 2 foot 6 inches for classic Sonic, which we
I guess he grew a lot over the years. I mean, that only makes sense, right?
know from the original Japanese Sonic CD game manual. We also see the height difference at play in any game where classic Sonic and modern Sonic appear together. One great example is in Sonic Generations. But to absolutely 100% make sure that everyone is happy here, I ran all of today's calculations with both measurements. Now, to calculate Sonic's speed, I translated his canon height into pixel measurements, so I could then get a pixel to centimeter ratio for each of 3 separate Sonic games: Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic Mania. And yes, technically all 3 of these should be classic Sonic heights, but again, I wanted to...
What are we calculating here? Because I thought we already had his speed. It said supersonic, right? So just go off of that. Go off of supersonic speed. The bare minimum, and you should be fine.
Be thorough here. This is important because I wanted to not only establish just a single Sonic speed, but his speed in the specific context of the game that he's in at any given point in time. So using all of this overwrought logic and the different heights and the different pixel measurements from across all of these different games, you get a shockingly wide range of speeds. Our lowest speed is short Sonic from Sonic 1 taking a brisk basic level jog, 7.13 meters per second or just under 16 miles per hour. And our fastest speed is tall Sonic in Sonic 2 at a whopping 24.8 meters per second or 55.4 miles per hour.
This is friggin' supersonic speeds. 55 miles per hour. Unless it is, and I'm just not aware, but I'm pretty sure that's not supersonic speeds.
Top speed, where I guess he decided he really did want to go somewhat fast, or at least around the speed limit of a highway. For Sonic Mania, I even went so far as to calculate individual speeds for his different boosts and special items, so I calculated everything from no-shoe Sonics to Sonics and speed shoes to Sonics on speed boosters and even coming off of springs. And despite running that whole gamut, Sonic Mania speeds still mostly clocked in the middle, with the slowest being no-shoe Sonic at 17 miles per hour and the fastest being spring-loaded Sonic at 44 miles per hour. Plugging in the top and bottom of our speed ranges here to calculate the type of forces that we could expect upon impact, we're looking at 115 newtons to 402 newtons on each leg as it's striking the ground. Now, for context, when Usain Bolt ran the 100-meter sprint,
I mean, obviously it's gonna be faster than Usain Bolt, right? Like, I don't think Usain Bolt can run as fast as a car. So it would have devastating effects on your knees. Unless you were to get like surgery or something. Put like some robotic legs or something like that to help stop that problem. But yeah, as far as my question over would it like start ripping his skin off and whatnot because of his supersonic speeds, well, 55 miles per hour is not friggin' supersonic. So, I mean, that voids my entire question.
Back in 2009, he clocked in at 12.27 meters per second. And weighing in at 88 kilograms, even he is putting more force on his legs at 440 newtons than Sonic is. But there's an even bigger issue here. Remember how I said that we're all told that too much running is bad for us because of the pounding on our knees? Well, it's a complete lie. A total old wives' tale.
What?
Multiple
Really?
studies from NPR to Runner's World to Prevention all state that, quote, runners appear to have no more risk of developing osteoarthritis than non-runners. Believe me, I tried looking for other credible sources
Well, there goes one of my excuses for not exercising.
here to refute what I thought must have assuredly been bunk science. Big Runner over here is trying to pull the wool over all of our eyes, but no. Quote again, in a cross-sectional study of almost 75,000 runners, there was no evidence that running increases the risk for osteoarthritis, including marathon participation. I was shooketh. And believe me, this totally bums me out because I'll take any excuse to not exercise.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to go running. My brother actually used to do marathons, and he used to be in crazy shape, but I don't think he does that anymore. Now he just kind of rides bikes.
But it turns out that running is unfortunately good for us. The cartilage doesn't wear away, it actually gets stronger when you use it. Sorry.
It gets stronger? Really?
Sorry guys, it looks like I have to invest in a treadmill. So there you have it. The idea that running...
Well, Matt, I'm just telling you right now, investing in a treadmill won't solve or won't make you exercise, because I got one right over there, and I haven't used that baby in a couple years.
Causes injuries is a total myth and has been debunked by repeated scientific studies. Sonic's running would not be bad for his health at all. This theory just, damn it, I literally feel defeated. Oh, wait a minute. That's it. Play that back, Ronnie. It's not the running that's gonna damage Sonic, it's the stopping. Look at how terrible that form is! This has gotta be the thing that's gonna do him in! After all, we know that he's traveling really fast and he's just digging his heels into the ground. We can clearly see in the games how he's stopping almost on a dime and turning around so quickly. That cannot be good on his hinge.
Wait, so we've already answered the question, and now you're gonna go off and try to find something else to criticize him over? Or to go after him over?
Joint of a knee. Just when Sonic thought he was out of the Green Hill Zone, he is in for a world of scientific hurt. We've talked about this kind of problem in the past with everything from Link's hookshot to Assassin's Creed's Leap of Faith, but video game characters still can't seem to learn their lessons about momentum. Specifically, that when you change it really fast, you tend to lose an arm, or rip yourself in half, or just plain kill yourself.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed, I'm playing it right now, like the Black Flag one, and it's so far-fetched. I think all of them are, you know, when you jump off of, you do the leap of faith into a bale of hay or whatever, like that. Oh my goodness, no, it's so not, like, a good idea. You wouldn't survive, like, one leap of faith for the most part.
So is Sonic changing momentum gonna shatter his knees into 1,000 pieces? I can only hope, because then I can put it in the title and it'll be really exciting and no one will claim clickbait. To figure this part out, I went back to the speed calculations again, except this time I didn't just need to know his speed, I also needed to know how fast he stops. So once again, I used that whole range of speeds calculated over multiple Sonic heights and multiple Sonic games using multiple Sonic speed multipliers, since the impact of stopping from 16 miles per hour versus 55 miles per hour is gonna look pretty different. I calculated stopping speed using the same formula you'd use to calculate the force needed to stop a car. This is, at its core, an energy transfer problem. So we basically need to calculate how much kinetic energy Sonic is losing from stopping using the classic equation, kinetic energy equals 1/2 times mass times velocity squared. Then figure out how much force that translates to using the energy force equation, energy equals force times distance. And this all makes sense if you think back to physics, right? As Sonic slows down, he's losing kinetic or movement energy. But remember that energy...
Isn't that how you used to stop on like rollerblades or something? Where you'd basically stop doing the exact same thing? Or is it the other way around where you'd go on the front of your rollerblades to stop? I don't know. But I mean, if it works for rollerblades or whatever, I mean, this might be able to work.
Can't be destroyed, so it has to go somewhere. In this case, to stop quickly, Sonic is gonna have to be losing a lot of energy fast, which means that his legs are gonna have to take a big impact to get that kinetic energy to drop to 0. It's not really hard math because we have all the numbers that we need, it's just that I did a lot of permutations across all 3 games, 2 Sonic heights, and then all those speed boosts. So this is a little slideshow I put together of me running all those calculations. Oh, it's so exciting. This is me and Steph doing 1/2 MV squared in Sonic 1 for Short Sonic. And this is me and Steph doing 1/2 MV squared for Short Sonic and Sonic 2. And this is me doing solo 1/2 MV squared for Short Sonic and Sonic and Knuckles. And this is us just 1/2 MV squaring it up. And a few more slides.
Was that their honeymoon or something? They were actually like on an elephant or something. That's crazy. Unless that is Photoshop, but that actually looks real. I don't know.
And we're done. In calculating how much kinetic energy Sonic is losing, I noticed 2 things right away. One big factor in kinetic energy is mass. How much something's gonna weigh. Sonic only weighs 35 kilograms, which is just the average weight of an 11-year-old girl in the US. So no matter how fast Sonic is going, he's always gonna have less kinetic energy because he's just so lightweight. Once I calculated all the kinetic energies of all of our Sonics, we had a range of just over 1,000 joules of energy lost to over 10,000 joules of energy lost. That last calculation was for full modern Sonic if he was in Sonic 2. Now that sounds like it's a huge spread, and honestly it is, but the actual force of the stop has to do with another big variable here, and that is stopping distance. One detail in the Sonic franchise that I never noticed and am only now appreciating that I've started to do the research on it is that Sonic has a slightly different stopping distance across each game, and as he goes faster, his stopping distance tends to...
Oh, so did they give him a different stopping distance based on the speeds that he was going or something? So like the game developers or whatever did the math and found out what the required stopping distance would be. That'd be cool and very smart if they did that. And if they did that, then your question is probably, you know, debunked or whatever, because they already thought of this ahead of time.
To increase, which is what you would expect the real world behavior to be like. Good attention to detail, guys. So again, I did all of the same calculations using pixel measurements from tall and short Sonic across all 3 games across all different scenarios. Based on pixel measurements and Sonic's stopping animation in each game, I found that the stopping distances varied from just under half a meter in Sonic 2 using short Sonic to 6.23 meters.
Did my dog just bark, or was that the music?
In Sonic Mania if you choose to calculate using tall Sonic. That is an enormous range, but again, I gotta make sure that I Heart Sonic 69 is happy. If you see him in the comments, make sure you say hi. I'm sure he could use a friend today. So finally, after getting all the kinetic energy calculations and all the respective stopping distances, I plugged it all back into the force equals energy times distance equation and came up with the range of stopping forces on Sonic's legs throughout the various games. The forces ranged from
Okay, it was a music thing.
41 newtons for short Sonic and Sonic 2, all the way up to 2,385 newtons for tall Sonic in Sonic 2. And what do these numbers mean? Did we crush Sonic's bones into 1,000 pieces when he tries to stop dead in his tracks? Is the force so great that his legs would fall off or he explode?
Come on, man, get to the point. Because didn't they say Usain Bolt's newtons or whatever were like 400 and something, and this is like 600 to 2,000 or something like that. I mean, this might actually damage his legs.
Loads upon impact before Green Hill Zone is finished. My little theorist heart went pitter-pat as I looked up the scale of what these numbers translate to, and I found that they don't do anything.
What?
What? That can't be right. Carry the 2, don't forget to square, divide by the fraction. No! Sonic doesn't just not shatter the bones in his body, he doesn't even sprain an ankle. I was so positive that he would meet the same sort of end as all the other video game characters that I have running into.
So you tell me the developers thought of this whole problem beforehand and then implemented it into the game? That's
walls
smart
leaping
if they
off
did.
of buildings and the like. But miraculously, somehow, no matter how I slice the numbers, Sonic is 100% fine. On the low end, 1,000 newtons is the average bite force of an adult. It's about 225 pounds of force, which is the force that bodybuilders can achieve lifting huge weights. Obviously, it's not going to be breaking any bones. At our maximum force calculation of 2,385 newtons, there is a chance that Sonic could tear his ACL, which will technically tear at 2,312 newtons of force, but that's only if you're going to take the force on one leg from a couple of very specific angles, meaning that in most cases, Sonic is going to be completely fine. If we had any chance of breaking a bone, we'd need to almost double the amount of force.
Yeah, I heard this, that your actual bones are around as strong as concrete, which I don't know how you can break them if that's the case, but I heard that they are as strong as concrete. I guess individually maybe, or maybe lengthwise or something, I don't know, but I think if you go look that up on Google, you know, are bones strong as concrete or whatever, you're probably gonna find the same thing I found.
Force on Sonic's legs, up to about 4,000 newtons to break his tibia, and even higher if we wanted a thicker bone to break or his bones to shatter. It just turns out in the games, whether the designers meant to or not, they made Sonic 1, light enough, 2, slow enough, and 3, gave him enough stopping distance to slow him down in a safe manner.
It seems like they thought of it
It
beforehand.
looks like Sonic got me. Or did he? I measured his speed in a variety of 2D games using a variety of speed boosters. But what if Sonic is truly able to roll around at the speed of sound like his song indicates? It turns out that if you run the numbers, the stopping distance for Sonic is going to be about 69 meters. And the force of the stop would be 29,842 newtons. 30,000 newtons, which is more than enough to shatter most of the bones.
Wait, what? I thought you just said that it wasn't this. I must have just missed something. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I gotta rehear what he just said.
What if Sonic is truly able to roll around at the speed of sound like his song indicates? It turns out that if you run the numbers, the stopping distance for Sonic is gonna be about 6.
Oh, if you can run the speed of sound, or Sonic, actually Sonic. Yeah, see, if he were actually to run Sonic speeds, obviously it would ruin him. And also, my other question would be, you know, as I said a couple times earlier, would it actually, if he was running Sonic speeds, would it not, like, shred his skin or whatever? That's what I'm thinking, because of the resistance from the air.
59 meters, and the force of the stop would be 29,000.
Okay, this makes sense. This makes sense
newtons. 30,000 newtons, which is more than enough to shatter most of the bones in Sonic's body. Huzzah! And yes, that's the sound of a fictional hedgehog breaking every single bone in his body. Because here's the long story short. If Sonic truly lived up to his own height, he'd be completely debilitated every time he tried to stop. So it's here, loyal theorists, that I leave you with a choice. Either Sonic destroys his body every time he fires up his top speeds.
Did you even calculate, like, hedgehog bones and whatnot to see how strong they were? Because I know they're a lot weaker than human bones, right? Like, it's a little tiny little cute little animal, right? Like that, and their bones are a lot smaller than human bones. Like our freaking bones, like the ones in your arms and your legs or whatnot, they're big, and those are strong as concrete. But as far I believe. But as far as a little hedgehog, I think their bones might actually snap a lot with a lot less pressure. So, I mean, I think you might want to put that into your calculations or whatever. And maybe the stopping distance, not even at supersonic speeds, maybe the stopping distance of like 55 miles per hour or whatever, maybe that might actually, you know, cause some kind of harm. Because I don't know if you actually, I don't remember if you said anything regarding the calculation of actually, you know, his bones, because I think right now you're just going off of human bones, not hedgehog bones.
Or we can just agree that Sonic is slow. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory.
And I'm saying, you know, even if he is slow, if the bone calculations you did are from human bones, it might actually cause a lot more damage because his aren't human bones, they're hedgehog bones, which should be, logically, they would be a lot more fragile because they're a lot smaller. Hedgehogs aren't as big. I mean, our friggin', what, femur or whatever, the big bone in your leg is probably, a chunk of it would be the size of a hedgehog, right? But then again, Sonic, you know, he was the size of a little girl or whatever, so his bones would be bigger. I don't know, I confused myself. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know if you did. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend. So either Sonic is supersonic fast, as it said, but then again, in the games, he does not go supersonic fast. Which makes sense, because if he did, you wouldn't even see him on the screen, really. You would have no clue what you're doing, so it makes sense why he actually isn't going that fast in the game. But yeah, anyway, if you guys like this, give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend. If you're new, hit subscribe to the family, and make sure you guys go subscribe to the Game Theorist, and I'll see you guys next time.